super. Well, hello. Hi, it's me, Christopher. And today is Christopher's Eve. That's right, it's March 7th, which means that March 8th is my special day, when I will have been on this earth for 52 years. That's crazy. I don't even know how to deal with that. I'll probably just do what I always do and have a lovely glass of wine, which is what I'm having here today. This is a fabulous blue band from the Marquess, and it's a Spanish wine. It's a dry, of course, but one thing you can count for sure on our Spanish wines here in Europe, they're going to have a really amazing minerality. They almost always do. The Riojas, you just name it, Tempranillos, wonderful stuff. And here, so probably 70 tannin, 30 acid, as far as the flavor profile is concerned. And I would definitely call this almost 100% cassis with a slight dash of maybe some vanilla and some cinnamon. But it's really a beautiful wine. So I'm all... It's not sweet at all. No, it's just the floral. It's got these botanicals, though. It's quite pleasing. But it's high on the tannin side, which means that you really just want to have a steak with it. But I had 10 bratwursts for dinner, albeit they were mini bratwursts, but they were still 10. But hey, it's Christopher's Eve. So, what we have here today, Thursday again, March 7th, Christopher's Eve 2024. This will be the 52nd Christopher's Eve I've had since 1972. Well, I guess it'd be 51st. I didn't quite have the last one. I was yet to leave the womb. So we have a puzzle here by Joe O'Neill, edited by the great Will Shorts, as usual. And if I seem a little off today, it's because I'm on a new allergy medication, and it's kind of got me feeling a little loopy, like all day long. So we'll see just how loopy gets. But let's jump into this grid. All right. Okay, culture setters. Well, right off the bat, I'm thinking labs, as in a laboratory and culture. But then again, I work in healthcare, so of course I'm thinking that. Let's see what we got here. String of islands with a question mark, which means it's going to be a snarky answer to a snarky clue. Let me adjust the position of the puzzle so we can make sure we can see the time later. String of islands. I'm going to go with a lay. Modern reimagining of a Robert Frost classic, part 1. You know, I've never really been much of a fan of Robert Frost, but I have a lot of his stuff memorized because, you know, I'm an American. Albeit a German American, but an American, and I went to university in America, and guess what? If you're going to take American literature, you're going to read a lot of Frost. Let's see. Exclamation from Bill the Cat. I think he's also known as Bill D. Cat, and he's that wacky cat that's always like going Zeke and Ack, and Ack is what's coming to mind here. A-C-K. Oh, I hope I'm not wrong. A blank mo, so that's bon mot, or, you know, a funny, good thought, clever quip. And it looks like I do have my labs up top, so that's good. So we have that going for us at least. And B school subject would be, I guess, economics. And modern reimagining of a Robert Frost classic. Well, it's a reimagining, so it's not going to be word for word, but I know these woods. Let's see if that's right, because I don't know if you're familiar with the poem, but it's about him and his horse just kind of stopping to smell the flowers, so to speak, and watch it snow. Actually, they're watching it snow, and he's taking in the view from a neighbor farmer, whatever. You should look it up. It's a great poem, though. It really is. It's not two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. It's not that great, but it's a great one. Makes shorter in a way. Oh, let's see. Actually, it's whose. I know whose woods these are. I got confused. Cold allergy medicine, I guess. Okay, subfield of economics. Well, that's either going to be micro or macroeconomics. We don't know yet, so let's leave the I and the A out, or the I or the A out, and let's go with micro here. And now, what does this make shorter? Before, I don't know what I thought it was. Make shorter. Blank of wisdom, Dalai Lama. In translation, that's ocean of wisdom. The org chart figures or CEOs. Well, I guess makes shorter in a way is Mo's. That's clever. That's clever. I'll go with that. Let's get back in. Let's go try to finish these here. Let's see. Sooner or later is maybe one day. I want to kind of check this D, though it's a long one. Denigrates, W down, featuring, I'm going to go with, so that gives me a DI, and that gives me what I thought was disses. Denigrates, disses. Now, if there wasn't an S on denigrate here, I probably would have put malign, because you could have easily done M-A-L-I-G-N. That's what I think of, but when we have the S there, it wasn't going to work besides with the one day with and all that other stuff. So lowest of the low. Okay, spill the beans, 10 across. And we're going to have talk, tell, blab, fess. I don't know. What do we got going down here? Opens up in a way, I don't know. Protagonist who would just as soon kiss a Wookiee. Well, anybody out there who is a fellow Star Wars geek knows that this is Princess Leia. And this, I think, gives me lowest of the low as base. And if this is an A, help around the house, you see how house is capitalized? That means that it's the House of Representatives, I'm assuming. So that's a capital H. So I guess it would be an aid, like an aid or a page. Spill the beans looks like it is going to be blab. So now what we have here, we have opens up in a way. Well, it's blossoms. It blossoms. And my darling Shotzi, who's sitting behind me right now. See, there she is. You see her behind the mic. There she is. Yep. She is a flower person. Things that Harvard no longer requires. I do believe those are SATs. And long, I guess, is going to be ache, and that gives us macroeconomics for 5 across. And this loses a lap. I don't know. Barnyard sounds could be snorts. Could also be rave bathroom sounds. Subject of the mnemonic, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived in Broadway's 6, and that's 6 Wives of Henry VIII. Oh yeah, security camera letters, I guess this is closed circuit television. Some church assemblies, no idea. I know whose woods these are. I know that's... I don't know what's been reimagined yet. So I know whose woods these are. And the second line's got something to do with his horse. My horse, I think. See, it says features of a dirty campaign. If there's an M there, yes. SM would be a smear, I'm assuming. Or, well, we gotta spell it right. Smear. Features of dirty campaign. Smears? I don't know. Maybe that's not right. Layered rock, going with shale on that. And seeing sound. Seeing sound. Like, aha! So I see what you're saying. That's the sound of seeing something? That's really weird. Like the fruits durian and mangosteen. I think these are Asian. Get into it rustically. I don't even know. Let's see. High class, I'm going with elite. And I think these are Asian then, so this would be Asian, these fruits. What do we got here? Get into it rustically. I think that's wrestle. I think you get into it rustically, or in other words, what rednecks do is they wrestle. What a clutch lacks is, I think, a strap. But I have seen clutches with the little hand or the wrist strap, and that's a strap, isn't it? And Lil Nas X. Fan of that kid. He's a good rapper. Like clothes in a hamper. I would have said dirty. Yeah, it could be piled. Yeah, untimely. Looks like that could be late. So yeah, piled. Hey, way to go, Shotzi. Thank you. Way to go, as if you don't get these more often than I do. Whatever. Reimagining, part 3. I don't know. I know whose woods these are. My horse. In the real poem, I think he says, my horse thinks it queer that we stop without a barn or a watering hole near or something like that. It's been 30 years since I've read this poem. Long time. It's going to be an eon. I just did the long time thing. That makes me a total dork. I got to get off this medicine. Oh, this medication's not good for me.
52 tomorrow, that's why.
52? Oh, okay.
52-year-olds are dorks.
52-year-olds are dorks. That's good to know, baby. Blank Africa, nickname of singer activist Miriam Makeba. That's Mama Africa. And Jane, always one of my favorite young artists. Always throws a shout out to her and the movement. Impudent person is either going to be a snot or a snob, and we'll find that out real quick. If message on a cake in Alice in Wonderland was "Eat me," so eat me, eat me. That was a trippy book. It's a trippy play. It's a trippy everything. Certain turkey. I guess we're going with a Tom. And go off on, maybe rant at. What we got over here? Oh, I put a period in there by mistake. Actor JB of Curb Your Enthusiasm is JB Smoove. I always love his name, Smoove. Reimagining. I know whose woods these are. My horse. Okay, Andante and Largo. Well, Andante is a tempo, and so is Largo. And I think the plural for tempo is tempi. I'm surprised we haven't seen a rebus in here yet. And by the way, I did find out the plural to rebus is not rebi. It's rebuses. So there you go. Some church assemblies, maybe choirs. I don't church. Church is not for me. Athlete who snaps. I'm thinking this is the center. Snap the ball. Tell me this is a mite. Oh, it's a mite, all right. But I was kind of not wanting mite as in a bit, but mite is in something nasty crawling on someone's nasty head. That would have been funny. Would that have been funny? No. This is the allergy medicine talking. There would be nothing funny about mites crawling on someone's nasty head. I'm sorry, I am really pretty stoned here. Rarely the winner in a nature documentary looks like prey, and you know what? You rarely do see the prey make it. Reimagining part 3. Okay, so I know whose woods these are. My horse is restless. Okay, yeah. And I have fat chance. I'm thinking probably hardly then, because that H there, but not hardle. Hardly is what I'm trying to say. Okay. This is harder today than I ever thought it was going to be because I can't concentrate. Pirate costume stable is going to be an eye patch then, right? I mean, you got the I, then you got 5 letters. Why not? Study with over, so I guess pour over. Pour over. Variety, perhaps a sort. This is a really simple Thursday, too, man. Tomorrow better kick me in the ass because I'm really getting tired of these being so simple. Sampler suggestion. Maybe try out. I don't know. Let me get some more downs over here. Let me get some downs. Let me just come across this bird in an early warning system. I guess like a canary in a coal mine. You know, they thought it might be poisonous gases in there, so they would always send a canary in, and if it died, then you didn't want to go in. And what a horrible fate for the poor canary, just for being a canary. Wastes way away. I gotta think about this for a second. Wastes way away. A sewer? I don't know. That's funny. My horse is restless. I don't know. That must be really reimagined there. Throw. Maybe cast. Prime Cuts brand. Okay, well that's just crossword ease right there. I don't have a dog here. I'm just saying I know it's Alpo. Brush off. So look at there be. I don't know. It could be like nose, but what do we have here? Design deet. Okay, the deet is kind of slangy for detail. So we had a speck and codswallop. Codswallop. That would be tosh. So I think I have a lot to do. Okay. Oh, yeah, to do. So I guess maybe try one? Sampler suggestion? Hey, try one. My little Oma used to sell those, like you hand out giveaways and stuff at the various grocery stores. Smidge, either going to be a dab or a dot or a bit or... We got it. I have a lot to do, I think. So that's a lot to do. Smidge, then be either a dab or a dot. I don't know. Got like a twangy voice, nasal. I think sometimes we forget that makes that a dab. I think sometimes we forget that it's not nasally, it's just nasal. Key material, ebony. And ivory. Cunning, wily. Novelist Jennifer Egan. I honestly don't know who she is or what she's written, and I blush to say that, but novelist Jennifer, if it's 4 letters, it's going to be Egan. Word often shortened to its last letter by textures. I'm thinking that's probably you. And what do we got here? Rapper Young Gravy, I think. That's Young Gravy. And throw. Vessel with a tap would be an urn. Traditional knowledge is lore, and this is going to be a peg. Now, oh gosh, the big question is, in my state of mind, how do we do, Bob? Hey.
There you go.
Not bad for a Thursday, but there was no rebus. Now I feel a little cheated on that. A little cheated on that. Do you feel cheated?
Totally feel cheated, baby.
Awful cheated. But maybe this wine will help with my stonedness. I don't know what this stuff is called that they gave me, but man, I'm not sniffling though. That's a good thing, right? It was a real pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me for Christopher's Eve. We're going to be celebrating our 40th subscriber soon. Thinking about having a big giveaway for it. Like I maybe even might be handing out like a copper genuine Abraham Lincoln Memorial Medallion. And if I do, we'll just have to pick somebody at random out of my 40 subscribers. Anyway, it's always a pleasure. Remember, learning in as many languages as you possibly can. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci, adios, aloha, ciao, shalom, masalamati, annyeonghaseyo, and see you next time. And hopefully I won't be so under the weather. All right, cheers. Be careful.